Welcome back to Mountaineer Rants. I'm Terry. This is Paul. Good to be with you.
We're here to give you a wrap up of the Towson game. A very nice finish for
Yes, it was
for the Mountaineers. What was the final score?
65-7. We scored every time we had the football. One time was just a field goal. One time we missed an extra point. But every other time we scored. 4 different quarterbacks, and they all scored touchdowns, either throwing or running the football. I think that's pretty impressive.
That was my analysis too. I had some upbeat things. First of all, we scored every time we had the ball. We didn't punt at all. Second of all, we allowed no touchdowns scored by the defense at all. In fact, we didn't allow a field goal. The defense was perfect. You can say they might have played better, but I don't know how you can improve on shutting out the other team. Third, I thought we tackled better. I thought our defensive secondary looked better. Now, granted, it was a different level of competition.
Not as good a team, yes, I agree.
But the guys that I was looking for, that I was worried about in the secondary, and they substituted a lot of them. They played better. McLaren, I think, got
on special teams
got accolades.
I was pleased with Jasir Cox. Jasir Cox actually played pretty well in that game, but
our cornerbacks, our safeties, they had been back at safety. I thought they tackled better. I thought
remember, our best cornerback is still out, and probably one of our best safeties, Aubrey Burks, didn't play.
Yeah.
Charles Woods is out, Aubrey Burks. So these guys, now again, be excited, enjoy it, because I know it was an FCS team, and it's not a good FCS team.
But it was good football,
and we did what we
and our
supposed to do.
backups played better. Our backups played better on the line, on the offensive line, on the defensive line, on our receivers. Prather looked very good and creates another threat, because if you only go to one receiver or 2 receivers all the time, they'll quickly double team him. If you've got a guy who can catch it on the other side of the field, especially wideouts, it opens up JT Daniels to be even more effective. It was a very good showing all along the line. Now, I thought on the neutral and negative, I thought our offensive line could have performed better. I thought we should have been able to run better, although we did run well.
And I say that I was the same way. I looked at it. My impression is that we didn't dominate that line of scrimmage, but then we ran for over 200 yards. So it's hard to fault that, but I do agree with you.
And for those of you that didn't see the game, Mathis was running all over the place. So did CJ.
Had a long run, yeah.
He had a long run, and then we even got in Jalen and
Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson.
And they looked good running the ball. Of course, that was towards the end of the game, and you don't know how many substitutes the other team had in as well. But
that's true.
But again, if you're winning and if you're doing it right, that's all you can do. But I thought our offensive line could have done a little better. I didn't think we dominated as much as we should have. I thought special teams still need some work. We had a couple of things on special teams that we missed an extra point. We let a run back for 80-some yards for a touchdown. And I'm still not impressed with the way we handle some of our kicks. And let me just say this and go on record. I'm going to say it every week. Why isn't Mr. Green returning our kicks?
It's a good point. You said that when the game was going on. I'd never thought of it, but somebody needs to think about it because the way he sets up blocks, maybe he does not very good at catching the punt. Maybe that's it.
Then catch it and hand it to him, because Garrett Green is quick.
He's
quick. He gets away
decisive
from tacklers, and he has a burst of speed. I know you don't want to risk getting your quarterback hurt,
right?
But we've got all kinds of quarterbacks, and we really need somebody that can break it. And I haven't seen anybody can break it like Garrett Green.
He's quick, and he's got an acceleration gear that I think Reese Smith does not have. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I think that's something we should look at. On the negative side, I was going to say one thing. James Gamitter, if you look at James Gamitter in that game, and I don't know if you saw it because it's on ESPN Plus, he's got something big, giant thing on his thumb, and he played probably as bad as I've ever seen him play against that team. That's a concern going forward. I'm concerned about that. I'm really worried about that. But we'll
then
see.
If you want to add in another negative, Townsend's not good.
They're not
good at 2-1.
But they did come in at two wins, unlike the team that we're playing against. That came played against the team with no wins. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In 2019, Towson was 7-5, and they beat such powerhouses as Citadel and William and Mary. Their season was canceled in 2020. In 2021, they were 4-7, and of the 2-1 game that they've had, one of them was they won because their opponent missed an extra point
in overtime.
Yeah,
I think.
and
Was that William and Mary and 9 other guys?
9 other
Yeah,
guys.
that's
There you
the way I
go. That's
understood
right.
it. I thought that.
So they're not very good. I thought they played with a lot of spirit, but you had to figure we were supposed to win that. I just don't have any criticism of the team.
But we did. We handled the business. It was taking care of business. Bachman Turner overdrive.
There you go. Now let me do a little bit of a rant about our reputation, because everything we do adds or subtracts from our reputation.
Yes.
I happened to watch the post-game interview of Narduzzi, the Pitt coach, after they played and beat Western Michigan. Narduzzi, in his post-game interview, said something about somebody threw something down on the field. He said, "I thought I was in Morgantown."
That's what we got as a reputation.
A reputation for throwing stuff on the field. Well, okay, you might shrug that off and say he's just a jerk from Pittsburgh, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I flipped over to watch the Virginia Tech game, and they were playing some high grass, Wofford. Yeah. And while I'm watching that, one of the announcers says something about something being thrown on the field, and the other one says something about Morgantown. Yep. Whether you know it or not, you're creating a reputation for Morgantown, and whether the kid wants to go there as a player, whether a coach wants to go there to coach, whether somebody wants to attend there as a student, the things you do are creating the image. Bad enough, we have the image of toothless and corn liquor jugs and that kind of stuff.
Instead and no indoor plumbing.
We don't need to be cursing the other people in the stands. We don't need to be throwing stuff.
Things, exactly.
Remember, if you do that,
stop it.
Or you get on social media and you trash your school and your coaches and your team, feel free to do that, but you're adding to the reputation. You're creating the problem.
I just can't. The negativity from Mountaineer fans is just difficult to handle.
And I figure all fans have that. It's
course
everywhere.
They
the good ones have to drown them out. The good ones have to stop it. Because let me tell you something. Watching the last quarter or so of that game, we saw backup quarterbacks. We've never seen backup quarterbacks play that well.
And 4 quarterbacks play.
Every one of them got a touchdown. Green ran in for one, and both Crowder and Nico threw for one.
And you know what? You brought the point up, but Nico Marchio gets in there, his first game ever playing in a college game. He throws a touchdown pass to Preston Fox, who made a beautiful catch. He comes over to the sidelines, and who's the first one? One of the first ones to congratulate him, Dante Stills. Yep. Smacking him on the head. Dante Stills, what did he care about a freshman quarterback? He's a senior. He's out. He's going to the NFL. But no, that's the team.
It's because he's still going to be a Mountaineer.
He's a Mountaineer.
And he knows it.
Goose Crowder throws a touchdown pass, comes off the field. The first one to congratulate him is Garrett Green. Those two are fighting it out for the backup job at quarterback. That's what's being instilled in them.
We're building a program, and they're a family. They're pulling for each other, and they're backing each other up. That's the reputation West Virginia needs.
Why can't the fans be that way?
That's how you end up with some great players.
Absolutely.
And that's what and the future looks bright. We've got better players than we've had in years. We have a better schedule than we've had in years. We've got a better program we've had in years.
Absolutely.
I think the climb is working, and I think
we've better facilities than we've ever had. Exactly.
Towson was another example of how we handled things, and they weren't great, but they weren't bad, and we looked very good.
There's going to be some bumps there. That's not going to go smooth all the way, but you saw an example. We took care of business. That's where I'm going to leave it. We did what we were supposed to.
I'll leave it with this: Notre Dame, Nebraska, Texas A&M all had cupcakes on their schedules a week ago. They all lost. They didn't expect it. They didn't take care of business. Neil Brown, the West Virginia Mountaineers took care of business.
They did. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Share that video if you can. Thank you for watching.
If you subscribe, you'll get reminded when the new one comes out. We're going to keep trying to send them out. And feel free to tell us when you disagree with us. We don't have a problem with that.
Please comment. Please comment.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.